Well, folks, we got a case here. And as you can tell, the weather here is pretty terrible. So, why do I have a case? Well, I'm going to upgrade the case that I use for my bedside computer because I need an extra case for another project. So, I thought I'd take the opportunity to upgrade the case for that computer and just use the old case for the other project. So, I found this Rosewill case on Newegg that had a really good sale on it. It's normally a $45 case, but it had a $13 off promo code that made it about $32. So I jumped on that. That was with free shipping as well. So I jumped on that while I could. And this actually looks like a really good case for what it is. So I think we should tear into it and check it out. Alright, here's this Rosewill case we speak of. Brand new. Look at that. What I really liked about this case was the front I/O. Has 4 USB ports on the front, audio, eSATA, hard drive and power light, reset button, and a power button. Which I guess you push right in the middle, even though the button isn't shaped for you to do that. But there you go. And it uses mesh on the front. Looks pretty nice. It actually has two 3.5-inch bays. That's interesting. It also has an LED fan in the front that I'm going to be replacing. Since this is a bedside computer, I don't want LED light fans in this at all. So, that's going to be replaced. The case seems to be made of pretty good metal. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's really good for what I paid. The screw's so tight, I actually have to use a screwdriver to undo it. This case uses all thumb screws on the back as well, which is really nice. Has a 120mm fan in the back. I like that. So you can just unscrew this, get to your stuff. The holes that are threaded in here don't feel like they're the best, but they're probably fine because it's the first time I've unscrewed it. So let's check it out. If I can get the case open. This comes with a user manual. Wow, surprised. It's a Rosewill Blackbone case. But it's a really good case for the money, as far as I could see, as far as features go. Everything in this case is black. Even the front panel connectors are black. It's kind of crazy. Here's all the accessories. Looks like you get, what are these? Oh, you get extra toolless things here. It uses this type of toolless system where you how do you work this toolless system? I don't even know. I think yeah, it's just one where you it's a turn and lock in place type of mechanism, just like the Cooler Master and Gigabyte cases I've used have. So they share that between a bunch of different cases. One of my favorite features of this case is that it has an opening in the back panel for you to change the CPU cooler without having to take the motherboard out, which is really nice for a case that ended up being $32 with the discounts I got. So that's pretty awesome. It's got a fan in the back there, and it's got the LED fan in the front. You can tell by the way it's clear like that. I'm going to be replacing both of these fans in this case with the Lee & fans that came out of my main computer because they're just quiet fans. And those are these fans here. I like these fans a lot. They're pretty quiet and they move a lot of air, so I'm just going to be using those. Got both of them there. This case is really nice so far. I like it. So in this bag you actually get some cool stuff. You get the PC speaker. You get, looks like, what are those? Oh, they're Molex to fan connector converters. You get extra toolless. You get extra toolless things for the hard drive sockets. You get cable management, clips. Get some pretty good stuff with this case. It's pretty nice. And of course, that's the bag that was inside this bag. And this one you get some zip ties and of course the screws and standoffs. So, pretty standard fare. Looks like a good case for the money. I really like this so far. So I have my hardware over there. It's the APU board with the Hyper 212 Plus on it. And the 1 terabyte hard drive. So I'll stick all that back in this case. and we'll see how nice it is. Oh yeah, here's the Seasonic 520 watt power supply. I'll be using that as well in this case, and it's just all black and beautiful. I like this case a lot so far. It just looks really good. I just put one of the Lee & fans on the front here, and I noticed that they, for the fan screws on the front, they actually use really long screws that go right through to the thread underneath, which is really nice because I've seen some fans where you have to have a screwdriver that fits in that hole in there to unscrew it. So that's a nice touch. Bravo Rosewill, or whoever manufactured this case for Rosewill, who did that. So there you go. Where's the old fan? This is the old fan. It's just a completely clear LED fan made by Onghua or Max Cube. Probably a cheap sleeve bearing fan. Probably just a probably just a random cheap sleeve bearing fan with LEDs on it. Alright, I've got the motherboard installed. And oh wow, does a black motherboard in a black case look really good. Look at that. Now, one thing I really liked about this case is that it uses the traditional method for installing cards. It uses screws and removable backplates. So you don't have to actually break them out of the case like I've had to on many others. This one beats all of them as far as that's concerned because it uses the old-fashioned just slot covers that they give you with a screw. So I happen to need the top one, so I can just, you know, unscrew this and you know, there you go. Regular slot covers. I like it. I like it a lot. Stick my wireless card in there. Stick that in there. There you go. And it actually fits the card really square too. That's nice. Yeah, that's one thing I really liked about this case. So, I got the other Lee & fan installed as well. Now I just need to plug everything in, put the hard drive in. Still sitting over there, so I'll stick that in and we'll see how well the toolless stuff works on this case. I think it'll work exactly the same as it does on the other cases I have, because it's the same sort of system, so it should be fine. One thing that isn't black in the system that would make it look nicer is the RAM, but, you know, you can't have it all, can you? Man, this case is full of nice touches. I'm plugging the front panel connectors in, and I noticed on the power LED, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. On the hard drive light indicator, it actually has the polarity written out on the actual thing because the wires are black. See, that's nice. You don't have to figure it out. It's the little things that make a difference. I really like that. Alright, I got everything plugged in. These cables are an absolute mess right here. I have the E-SATA cable plugged into a SATA port. I need to tie these up into a bundle like that so they stay there, because this cable mismanagement is ridiculous. The power supply cables, they're all stuffed in there. I'm not going to worry about that because there is plenty of room for the fan. Got the 1 terabyte hard drive in there. Everything is all set up, so I'll close the case and we'll see what she looks like done. Alright, as you can see, the cooler does clear the side vent of the case, so that's good. And here's the front. Look at that. Got those 4 USB ports there, everything plugged in. Sony OptiArc optical drive. Looks pretty much the same now. The only difference in appearance is I got rid of that blue LED fan and put the Lee & fan in there. So this will have no LED fans anywhere. The only LEDs will be on the front here, and that's the only ones I really want anyway. That power supply matches the case perfectly. Just look at that. That Seasonic power supply is perfect for this case. Fan looks good. Backplate, there's a glaring silver. I kind of wish there was a black backplate for that. But then again, my TP-Link wireless card kind of clashes too. But you know what? It doesn't really matter on the back of the case anyway, because you're not looking at that in the first place. So there you have it. This thing is all set up, so I think I should take this over to the bedside and boot it up just to see what the case is like and if it's a quiet one, and well, we'll find out. Alright, here we are at the bedside, so Let's turn the computer on. The button got stuck a little bit. Has a very bright power LED. Holy crap. Very quiet. Very, very quiet. Oh yeah, those Lee and Lee fans are very quiet. Same with the CPU fan. It's a much quieter case in general. The hard drive used to resonate a lot more through the Cooler Master case than through this case. So overall, this is a much, much quieter build now that I've switched to this case. I'm very happy about that. That is great. Overall, I love this case. For the money, it's fantastic. Normally it's $45 just about, but I got it on sale for $32. So, for that, it was definitely worth the money. As far as a case that's nearly $50, it's definitely worth the price of that. This Rosewill case is fantastic. So, I highly recommend it. It's a very good case. And that's been a case upgrade for the bedside computer. It's made the build quieter. It's generally just a much nicer case. Even the Wi-Fi antennas I have there stick to the metal better on the top. They're magnetic, so that's how they stick. The monitor's off. So, yeah. Yeah, the mechanism for the optical drive is louder than the computer by a long shot. So, very, very quiet machine now. Very, very successful upgrade. Sweet. So if any of you are in the market for an ATX computer case on a budget, may I definitely recommend this one. This one's really nice. So, yeah, there you have it, guys.